Honor Stories, we have been experimenting for a while, and with the Tanzania project, we have been trying to see how can we use science, technology, and arts in a single project. And so far, with the 3 projects that we have done under the Tanzania Mother Project, they have really turned out so nicely. And when we saw the invite from STARTS4AFRICA, which essentially is science, technology, and arts for Africa, we felt it really aligned with what we have been doing. And that's why we decided to go for it and started working with them to see how can we now empower other artists in this whole project of experimenting with science, technology, and arts in a project that impacts positively the society.
Aurelio is producing the Daladala experience in a various of very interesting formats. First, we have the immersive virtual reality, and then we have the accessible augmented reality, and then we have that everyday documentary that someone can watch and understand the history, the past, the present, and the future of the Daladala.
With the approach that he's taken with extended reality, with the support of Honor Stories and as his residency, he's been able to immerse the viewer in a more real way. I know, for example, he took his film to Austria, to Linz, Austria, at Ars Electronica, and to be able to essentially take the Daladala experience and put it in a virtual reality headset and have someone experience the Daladala is so different from just watching it on TV and hearing someone explaining to you. So that's the importance of immersive media and emerging media. The idea that the future is already here, but we're the ones to distribute it widely, to bring it to us.
English, Swahili, Mozambique, and Italian.
We have a couple of resources. We have from knowledge resources, we have a couple of experts here who are experts in AR, in VR, in artificial intelligence, and also we have equipment, virtual reality headsets. We have subscriptions to some of these softwares that might not be easily accessible to an individual artist, right? So for us in this residency, we are hoping to see how can now this artist and his supporting artists work with all these tools to bring about this Daladala project.
So we're looking at the past, but trying to bring the future into the present. We operate right here in the present, looking at stories from the past, using future technologies, and my hope is that he will be able to use the techniques, the stories, the lingo, the frame of mind, the production techniques, all the different things that he's learned to continue exploring this question of what does it mean to be Tanzanian. When you think of African creative expression, when you think of African art, when you think of African culture, it's super important that these opportunities, like STARTS4AFRICA, are extended to even more African artists, are extended to even more Tanzanian artists, to find and tell their stories well, because it is super important that our stories are told by Africans, for Africans. When I look at what Aurelio has managed to do with exploring something like the Daladala, that's not a story that I expect someone who's not gone on a Daladala before to even value the significance of that experience. But the fact that he's been able to explore this, he's been able to use extended reality technologies and traditional filmmaking technologies and combine them in a way that tells that story well, that's something that I really hope to see way more Africans and Tanzanian artists get the opportunity to do that, and we hope that we can be a part of extending this to even more artists and even more technologists.